Hello everyone, welcome to our channel Code with Sunny, and in this video I am going to talk about the problem non-decreasing array. Index number is 665 and the problem is of medium type problem of the LeetCode. Okay, so given an array nums with n integers, and our task is to check if it could become a non-decreasing array by modifying at most one element. You can notice the term at most one element. Either we are going to do nothing or change any one element to any other value that we want, and can we make our array non-decreasing by doing such operation. We define an array as non-decreasing if nums of I is going to be like less than equal to this next element, that is nums of I plus 1 for every valid index I. Okay, and here are the some examples that you can see. I'm also going to explain this entire problem with the help of examples, and we will find out the best possible way to do such type of problems, and the very good solution also. Okay, so you can also see the constraints. It might help me in some of the cases, like here you can see n is going to be like nums length and n is going to be like at most 10 power 4. Okay, so we should think for O of n or O of n log n solution. Okay, so O of n square solution will give us the TLE in this case, and nums of I is going to vary up to 10 power 5 and minus 10 power 5 to 10 power 5. Okay, so let us together find it out what could be the best solution of this problem in the best possible way. Okay, so let's move further. Okay, so let us take an example and try to understand this. Okay, so suppose we have an array like this one, 2, 3, or let's say 4, 4, and 5, or 6. Okay, now in this case, you can see the array, that is the adjacent values of this array like 2 and 3, 3 and 4, and this 4 and 4 all satisfy the relation. Like if array name is nums, then nums of I is always going to be like less than equal to nums of I plus 1. That is adjacent values is going to be like satisfying this condition. So in this case, you can see the array is already non-decreasing order. So we are not going to change any of the element since the array is already in non-decreasing order. So in this case, our answer should be like yes, we can do this operation. That is, we are not going to do this operation. We are going to return true in this case. Okay, and what about we are going to encounter some of the cases like we need to do some operations, and let us try to understand this by taking example this 4 to 3. Okay, like 4, 2, and 3. Now, in this case, you can easily see that this array is not in like a non-decreasing order. That is, the elements adjacent element does not satisfy the relation that is given in this question. Nums of I is going to be like less than equal to nums of I plus 1. Now you can see this is the pair that is not satisfying the relation. 4 is not going to be like less than equal to 2. Okay, so we need to just change any one of the element so that this array becomes non-decreasing array. Okay, you can easily say I can change this 4 to the any element that we want, or change this 2 to any element that we want. Okay, so let us try to change the elements. It should be like I am going to change this 4 to this 1, so our array would become like 1, 2, and 3. You can easily see this is going to be like in non-decreasing order, that is the elements are in non-decreasing order. So this array becomes a non-decreasing array, and you can easily see number of changes that I am going to do is like 1, and we are allowed only at most 1 changes. So this is going to give us a valid answer. So I'm going to return true in this case. Okay. So let us try to take one another example and trying to understand in which cases that we are going to fetch our answer as false. Okay. So I'm just going to take another example like 4 to 1. Okay. So I'm going to erase this one. So let us take an example like 4, 2, and 1. So can we change any one element? Okay, so let's first find it out. Can this array is going to be like already non-decreasing order? No, you cannot find any valid, like all the pairs you find, the adjacent pairs, it is like at least one pair is not satisfying this condition, like 4 and 2. 4 is not going to be like less than equal to 2. So this array is not already in non-decreasing order. So let us try to just make one element changes to any value that we want, and let's try to find out whether this array can be represented in non-decreasing order or not. So let us try to change this 4. Okay, so if we try to change this 4, that any element that we want, so I'm going to change like 4 should be changed this to like I'm changing this to 1, so that this condition is satisfied. 1, 2, and you can also see I'm just getting this one over here. Now again you can see this element, this pair is not going to satisfy. Okay, so in this case, if we change this value 4 to any element that is to the value less than equal to this 2, I'm not going to get the correct answer. That is, the array is not going to be like in non-decreasing order, since 2 and 1 is not going to satisfy our condition. Okay, so let's try to change this to, like we have this array like 4, 2 and 1, and let us try to change this 2 to any value that we want. Okay, so if we try to increase the value of 2, you can easily see still I'm just I'm getting like some value x should always be like greater than 1, and this should also not satisfy the criteria of non-decreasing. And let us try to change this element. Okay, so I have the array like 4, 2 and 1, and if we try to increase the value of this element, you can easily see no matter what changes that we are going to do to this element, this pair 4 comma 2 is always going to be like 4 should be like greater than 2, and this pair is going to violate our condition, and the condition is as simple like this one. Okay, so you can easily see if you are going to change any element to the any value that we want, still we cannot get a non-decreasing array. So in this case I am just going trying to return false. Okay, so this is the basic, you can say the dry run, or you can also say understanding by example. Let us try to find it out what could be the best solution to implement this entire scenario. Okay, so let's move further. Okay, so I'm just writing down a general condition like A0 should be less than equal to A1, should be less than equal to A2, or should be less than equal to A3, and so on up to the n elements. Now you can easily see all the elements should be in non-decreasing order, and let us say we have a certain I, like I'm just writing down A of I minus 1. Okay, let us write it down as A of I minus 2, A of I minus 1, and like A of I. Okay, one thing that should be noted that we need to perform at most one changes. Okay, now let us try to understand what is happening over here. Like suppose this pair, that is a of I minus 2, is already like less than equal to a of I minus 1. Now let us take an example like a of I minus 1 should be like greater than a of I. Okay, now we need to just perform one changes. Okay, now let us take an example like here it should be like 2 and less than equal to like 4 or greater than 3. Okay, now in this case you can see I need to just change one element, like because this is not satisfying our condition, that is the adjacent element is not going to satisfy our condition. Now we need to change one element, either we are going to change this 4 to any value that we want, or we are going to change this 3 to any value that we want. Okay, so if we try to change what should be the optimal way, this should be changed or this should be changed. Okay, now let me try to write down a general write down, or you can say let us try to just say a general condition that the optimal way to change the value, that is we must change the a of I minus 1 a of I minus 1 value to the any value that we want. Okay, rather than doing this one. And why this a of changing the value of a of I minus 1 should be optimal, and the reason behind is this quite simple, because as we have already checked the values starting from the index equal to 0 up to the index equal to I, we can also say if we try to change the value of a of ith, that is a of I, then changing this value or increasing this value might affect the other conditions that we face in the future. Like if we have elements like 4 greater than 3, like if we try to increase this 3 to the 4 so that this condition violates, like we have 4 greater than 3, I will change 3 to 4, so it should become like 4 is less than equal to 4. Now the condition satisfies. Okay, now there might be condition that in future we will cannot get the non decreasing array, like consider this example like 4, 3, and suppose we have another 3 more. Okay, now you can easily see if we try to increase this 3 to this 4 so that this pair is satisfied, so it becomes like 4, and again it becomes like 4 because 3 is increased to 4. Now this one is now again 3. Now you can see if I will try to change this middle element to the 4, this condition is now violated. Previous one is not violated, now this condition, now this pair is violated. Okay, so changing this one is not optimal, because in future might there might be some case that we need to perform some more changes. Then what should be the optimal way? You can easily see the optimal one is to always change the a of I minus 1 value, and if it is not possible, then we are going to check if ai is going to be changed or not. Okay, so now you can easily see that okay, so let me write down a general condition, or that is first change a of I minus 1, and if this a of I minus 1 can be changed, then we are going to change a of I minus 1, otherwise we are going to change a of I. Okay, then what is the condition that we need to write to change, that is if a of I minus 1 is changed, or we are going to finally change this ai. So let us write down a general condition. Okay, so I'm just writing down a general condition, like whenever we encounter like a of I minus 1 should be greater than ai, I need to just change a of I minus 1 or a of I, and as I've already explained, changing this a of I minus 1 is optimal rather than doing this ai. So I'm going to check one condition, that is check if this condition is going to hold true, I will change this a of I minus 1, otherwise I will change a of I. Okay, then what is the condition that I need to check? So I'm just writing down the condition. If a of I minus 2, that is this element, and the relation between this element and this element. And what is that relation? If a of I minus 2 is going to be like less than equal to a of I, that is this element is going to be like less than equal to 2, yes, I can change the element, and which element? A of I, sorry, a of I minus 1, and to which value? And to the value equal to a of I will explain this entire thing why this is going to valid. Okay, otherwise, that is if this condition is going to hold false, I will change a of I finally, because there is no other way to satisfy this condition. Okay, so I will change this a of I, and how, to which value we are going to change this a of I? To a of I minus 1. Okay, so let us try to understand this entire scenario with the help of these two examples. Okay, so we have the elements like 2, 4, 3. Okay, now you can see this pair is not satisfying this condition. Okay, so if we change this value to, or if we try to decrease this value such that this condition 4 should be like greater than 3, should now violated, so that we have like the condition like a of I minus 1 should be less than equal to a of I. So we can decrease this 4 to this value equal to 2. Okay, so we will or you can also say we are going to decrease this 4 to the 3 here itself. Okay, so it would become like 2, 3 and 3. Okay, now you can see we can only do this operation only when this 2 is still satisfied, like a of I minus 2 should be less than equal to a of I, then only we can do this operation, and this is going to be optimal. Otherwise, consider this example like 4, 4 and 3. Okay, now in this case, let us try to change this element 4, and we are going to change this one to which one? To this one, 3. So let us try to change this one. If we try to change, make this 3, and this is 3, now this is going to be satisfied. And if this is satisfied, you can easily see now again a emerging pair which is now violating condition like 4, 3. 4 is like greater than 3, and this raises an error that we cannot change this a of I minus 1. So the reason is quite simple. Just try to check this condition, and if this condition is going to be like true, we can change this a of I minus 1 to a of I, and we need to first check for this a of I minus 1. We can change this or not. Then only we are going to check for this ai. Okay, and if this condition fails, we are going to just assign ai as a of I minus 1, because if like 4 is like greater than 3, we can just assign this 3, we can change this 3 to 4, like 4 should be like now becomes less than equal to 4. Okay, so this becomes an optimal case. Okay, so let us try to understand this entire scenario in the coding part also. Okay, so here is the code that I have written over here. This is the, like, I have not just done this directly. What I have actually, have submitted two codes, like okay. So this is the very, I don't think, yes, this is the first one that I have submitted, because to have this idea, that is at the very first step to consider for this idea, like just checking this my current element and just previous of previous element. Okay, it is going to be like very typical to just get for that solution. Okay, so just I have done for this one, and then I have come up for this solution. Okay, so let us try to first understand this solution, because this is a good solution. So my changes is now 0, and I'm just going to iterate for the adjacent elements, like I start iterating from I equal to 1, and check for current and the previous element. If the violating condition arises, we need to change one element and just increment my changes, and if that change count is going to be like greater than 1, then this becomes false, since we are going to do at most one changes. If changes is going to be like greater than 1, return false, that is we cannot do that. Otherwise, check for this condition like nums of I is like greater than or equal to nums of I minus 2. Okay, so in this case we are going to just change the previous element. Okay, previous element to this my current element. Note that I need to check for this condition too, and if I is going to be like 1, then we are only going to do this operation. Otherwise we can change the current element. Okay, so for changing the current element I am just assigning the current element equals previous element. Okay, and otherwise I am just doing this one. Okay, and finally return true if number of changes like at most 1. Okay, so this will give you an AC code. Let us try to talk about this one that I've just think for the first one. Okay, now you can see that for changing at most one element I need to just consider by traversing from the forward side of the array and traversing from the backward side of the array. And you can easily see first I have traversed from the backward side of the array, and if such or you can see if any element needs to be changed, I have just changed that element, and let us try to just check it out if further elements needs to be changed or not. Okay, and if further element doesn't needs to be changed, I will just return true, otherwise return false. Note that I am just doing this for both forward and backward side of the traverse. So that is start iterating from forward side and start iterating from the backward side. Okay. Now you can see I have just iterated from here from first from the backward side, and if my nums of I is like less than previous, note that previous is assigned as n minus 1, then my previous becomes nums of I, and just I have done continue because it is still satisfying the condition. Otherwise it means that we have arrived a violating condition. So I'm just checking if found equals found 1. Okay, found 1 is true or not. If found 1 is like true, that is we have already done one change, then my answer 1 becomes false, and just time becomes I've just used break to break from the for loop. Okay, otherwise that is found 1 is going to just check it out if only one change is done or not. Okay, like consider this case if found one is false, it means that we have still haven't done any one of the changes. So in that case I have just found just assigned found one equals true, and previous is assigned as nums of I plus 1 since we are iterating from the back side of the array. Okay, and in this case answer 1 is becomes false. Okay, if found 1 is already true, that is now we are going to just do more than one changes. Okay, and like again this is going to like previous should be as nums of 0, and start iterating from this forward side of the array. Now you can easily see I'm returning the logical order of answer 1 and answer 2. Since if any of the approaches or you can easily see from filling the assigning the values, if violating condition arises from the forward side of the array or from the backward side of the array, that is if we can do this at most one changes from the forward side or from the backward side, my answer will return true. That is if answer 1 or answer 2 is false is true, then we can return true, and if both are false, then only my answer would be false. Okay, so this will give you an AC code also. So if you have any doubts, do let me know in the comment section of the video, and I will ask the viewers to like this video, share this video, and to subscribe to our YouTube channel for latest updates. Thank you for watching this video.